We are all creatures of habits. We like routine. It is only when we are forced into a situation, then we change our routine. And this is true during this COVID-19 pandemic. All of us are forced to change our lifestyle. This was certainly the case of the early church. The persecution of the Christian by Saul was a blessing in disguise. The more Saul persecuted them, the more they fled from Jerusalem. Otherwise, if not for the persecution, perhaps the early Christians would have just remained in Jerusalem, and today Christianity would have just been a little sect within Judaism. So what lessons can we draw from the early Christians when they faced the crises of persecution? The first thing we must remember is this: prudence. When the early Christians were persecuted, they were not reckless. It was not necessary for them to die for the faith, because the faith has yet to be spread. We cannot short-circuit the mission that Jesus had given to them. And so they ran away. And this is very important. We must not presume that every time when our faith is challenged, we are called to be martyrs. Martyrdom can be just vain pride. We need to discern when we should really die for our faith, or should we run away and fight another day. It's like during this COVID-19 pandemic, God has given us reason. We have to use reason to exercise prudence. Don't put God to the test. He has given us whatever assistance we need to discern how we should move forward. We have seen the dangers of COVID-19. We have seen deaths happening. It would be foolish for us to just go ahead and have more lives, not just our lives killed and destroyed, but the lives of the bigger community. Does the Holy Father or the bishops and priests, at this point of time, we go out and save the COVID-19 patients and be with them? Unless you are protected, unless you have all the gears, we cannot be reckless. That's the first thing, prudence. The second lesson we can learn is stability. In times of crisis, it is very important. Any kind of crisis, the leader must be present. And the leader's presence must be felt by the people. Otherwise, they think the leader does not care. If the leader runs away, it shows that it is a bad shepherd. Because the leader is one who lays down his life for his sheep. The presence of a leader in time of crisis is even more important than ever. To give direction, to give consolation, to inspire, and most of all, to guide them. And the third lesson we can draw is being proactive. Instead of wanting to do things always the traditional way, the ways we are so used to it, God is challenging us. Have a bigger picture to see that the world is changing. If the world is changing, and if you don't change, you'll be outdated. The world will have a hold over the people because they are in touch with technology. And so we too, as church, we need to make use of whatever resources available to us, whatever technology, to reach out to our people. Having webinars, online teaching, online formation, online masses, trying to connect with our people is very important. Leaders must always connect with people during the time of crisis. Not just leaders, but all of us. So that the people will continue to be fed with the Word of God. And during this time of crisis, people cannot go out. They are more attentive, they are more available. And they need consolation. That is the best time we can truly offer the good news. If we want to touch people's lives, it's not enough just to preach and to say good things. We need to show concretely how this good news is being encountered. That is why during this time of COVID-19, it's important to try to reach out to one another. Your elderly, those people who are in depression, they need some people to listen to them. You have read all this in the news because they all coop up in the room. You know, Caritas and Caris, Catholic Welfare Society, St. Vincent de Paul. And they need extra funds to help all those who are victims of COVID-19. People are waiting to hear the good news. We have the good news. We have the bread of life. We have Jesus. And we must give to them. We must somehow share this good news with everyone to give them hope, to give them life. And what greater news we can give is to give them Jesus. After we have placed all our trust in God, doing all that we can, that is what faith is all about. Not just putting our trust in God and expect Him to do everything. We do all we can, and then the rest we lift into the hands of God, trusting that He knows best, and whatever outcome, it will always end well.